If you want to be a racing driver, you need to be supremely fit and incredibly brave. In order to succeed, you need to push your car to the limits. And that means sometimes you're going to push just a little too far. Fortunately, thanks to advances in manufacturing, cars are now tougher than ever before. And drivers regularly walk away from accidents which once might have proved fatal. But with gallons of highly explosive fuel feeding their engines, there's one risk every driver fears: fire. So how do they protect drivers when it all goes horribly wrong? How do they do it? To find out how they're made, we've come here to Turin in Italy. This ancient city is home to one of the world's biggest suppliers of racing suits, Sparco. Each suit takes an average of 2 days to complete and can be tailored to the individual driver. The aim is to produce a suit that will insulate the driver's skin from a fire and still be comfortable. This means everything from the basic fabric to the stitching and logos must all be made to the highest possible standards. The process begins by breaking the design down into a series of templates using a computer. Once this is complete, the most economical layout for the pieces is calculated and they're ready to be cut out. The most common fireproof material is a fabric called Nomex, which is mixed with Kevlar fibres to increase its strength. This is laid out on a vacuum table and cut by a computer-controlled cutting machine. However, most driver injuries aren't caused by flames, but by radiant heat. The best way to prevent this kind of burn is to add greater insulation by making the suit from 3 separate layers of fabric. These extra layers keep the heat source away from the skin for longer, while air gaps between the layers provide added protection. The very latest materials are PBI fibres, which offer excellent protection but are extremely expensive. Once the layers of the suit are complete, they're ready to be stitched together with fire-resistant thread. For correct positioning of the layers, a quilting pattern is used, so there is never more than 100 millimeters between the stitches. And to ensure the drivers look extra cool, here in the high-tech embroidery lab, the suits are finished off with some great-looking logos. These are created on a computer, which feeds instructions directly to over 100 embroidery machines. Finally, the suits are tested to ensure they comply with international standards. They're given different safety ratings depending on how long they'll protect the wearer from second-degree burns. This could be anything from 3 seconds for the lightest underwear to 40 seconds for the main suit. They must also demonstrate that no holes are caused by the flame. All of the materials must also self-extinguish within 2 seconds if a direct flame is applied to them. The ultimate test is to set fire to the entire suit. Gasoline burns at a fierce 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. But incredibly, after 30 seconds, this suit is barely scorched.